Furry fandom has always seemed to attract more than its fair share of crazy and unbalanced people, and drama is certainly nothing new. Sometimes this makes for really silly scenarios that we can look back on and laugh, although I don't think the targets in the subject of today's video found this amusing at all. But before we get into that, first a brief announcement. If you like these videos and want to support this channel, please go check out our store. Currently, there's an assortment of items with the Derpy Tales logo done by artist Demonic Furry. The goal is to add more custom art designs in the near future, so make sure you check back for that. But we've also partnered with local creators to put any of your uploaded designs on a t-shirt or hoodie. Contact us via the site if that's something you're interested in, and they will hand design and create your custom merchandise. Now back to the video, and as always, thanks for watching. My friend was researching some case law recently for an assignment and ran across this. The case of Kenneth Ang versus Captain Blue Hen Comics, Radio Comics, and Smudge also could be referred to as completely unhinged furry lawsuit drama. Now here's some context on the parties involved. Captain Blue Hen Comics derives its name from the state bird of Delaware, the blue hen. It's also the anthropomorphic mascot for University of Delaware, which is located in the small town/city of Newark. It's basically your classic college town with a lot of nerdy stores and hangouts and things of that nature, one of them being Captain Blue Hen Comics, which was established in 1980 and it's a small, cozy little comic book store. The next target of Kenneth Ang's rage is Radio Comics, which is one of the oldest and still operational independent publishers in the fandom, and it carries titles that are furry in nature and also non-furry. Chester Ringtail and the Havoc Inc. series done by Mark Bernard and Terry Smith is also published through them, and I'm hoping to see a reboot soon now that Terry is once again doing art. And Smudge would be Christina Smudge Hansen, who was doing artwork and illustration with Radio Comics and had published some titles with them, including Ebon and May and Bureau of Mana Investigation. Now, what did these people supposedly do wrong to deserve this? Well, according to Kenneth Ang, they stole his ideas. All of them. Captain Blue Hen Comics stole his idea of Einstein and other scientists as superheroes, and Smudge apparently stole his idea of an anthropomorphic unicorn that wears sunglasses and solves crimes. In some way, shape, or form, he tries to justify that all of these people are somehow stealing his ideals and victimizing him, and in return, he wants millions of dollars of reparations. Millions and millions of dollars, in fact, because upon further research, I soon came to realize Kenneth Ang had filed multiple lawsuits against many creators, alleging that they had all stolen one idea or another. He seems particularly upset about his concept of anthropomorphic dragons and the idea that they would have evolved from dinosaurs and somehow became superior to man and enslaved or exterminated all humans. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But the end result is a lot of frivolous, flimsy litigation that at first glance seems to be just seeking an easy payday, but being conducted by someone who's not very smart. During the height of his lawsuit frenzy, he even sued TechDirt for reporting on his lawsuits, which prompted another article on another frivolous lawsuit. Fortunately for all of his targets, the lawsuits were always dismissed, but I'm sure going through it was stressful for them. But that was not exactly an accurate assessment. In reality, the truth was much more crazy. But to discover that, I had to find out who is Kenneth Ang. Well, the lawsuits were based out of New York City, and the results seemed to yield a consistent address and profile, but no picture. I somehow sensed it couldn't be this guy. I mean, he certainly seems way too normal to fit this profile. And then with a breakthrough on YouTube, I finally found him, and I was not disappointed on the crazy scale.
And more importantly, I mean, I'd like to talk about the Philosophy of Dragons Lexicon Triumvirate, which tells a story about cyborg dragons fighting in the Middle Ages. And in this realm, evolution has worked in a more logical way, and even though it's in a fantasy setting, which makes it logical that dragons are more superior than humans, in that they have intelligence and are larger and they can... Well, I generally hate black and white people, but the Asian article was sarcastic. It's kind of like the sarcasm I had in my novel, which is in which dragons slay tons and tons of humans. But this relates to this in the sense that dragons logically follow evolution, so they would be able to wield metal.
Right, but you don't have any regrets about saying something as overtly racist as you hate somebody because they're black,
Well, just to be blunt, 90% of them usually walk up to me and call me, like for instance, Ching Chong and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really give a damn, but after a while it gets pretty damn annoying. And not to mention they get so much media attention. But aside from that, you probably want to know why I call myself the God of the universe as well. And the reason why I call myself God of the universe is because it's a play on religion. It's a parody. Because
you seem very angry.
My philosophy is that since I'm the only consciousness I'm aware of, that means solipsism must be real. Therefore, since perception creates reality in both the quantum and relativistic realms, I must be God. So the only reason why, so if there is such thing as God, then he's me. Either worship me, or
why are you so
forsake
angry?
religion.
Now, Kenneth writes a glowing biography of himself, claiming that he's worked for Marvel Studios, Paramount Pictures, Crossroads Films, and multiple publications. I somehow doubt that. We do know that he worked for an independent newspaper geared towards Asians in New York City and was fired after running the article about how he hates black people that got him the Fox News interview to begin with. His YouTube channel hasn't seen any updates in a while. It sports some odd themed interviews and a little avatar of some kind of fantasy anthropomorphic fox type character. As to why Kenneth Ang did all this, or as the interviewer asked, why is he so angry, I guess we'll never know. Where is he today? I don't know that either. I guess it's safe to say he's out there somewhere. Hey, maybe I'll be the next one to get hit with a lawsuit. Thanks for watching.